Hi, and welcome again to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing with Junior out in the arena, working on some stuff lunging, and he's wearing his boots again. This is kind of the normal routine now for him, is to be wearing his protective boots and getting used to wearing those and a surcingle and things like that. Today's video I wanted to talk about a kind of a paradigm shift for me. Most of my groundwork foundation is very based off of like down under horsemanship, Clinton Anderson type things, where we did a lot of like disengaging the hindquarters and all these little exercises to move the body parts around. I also like to employ some of the principles that Peggy Cummings uses, which is a lot of like how your body and your energy kind of can influence them, and the way that you hold the rope and the way that you manipulate the feel on the rope. She calls it connected riding, I think it's just Connected Riding is the book that I have. So being as I do a lot of things kind of Clinton based, and then a little bit with Peggy Cummings. This year I heard something that really kind of changed my thought process. Not only, well, I've been listening to Warwick Schiller a lot, and so he's been kind of changing how I view some of my interactions with my horses. But I was listening to a podcast, and it was from Stacy Westfall, and she said, the title of it was Why She Does Not Disengage Her Horse's Hindquarters. And that's something that I always teach them to do. So of course that really piqued my interest. And she basically said that she doesn't want to teach them to disengage their hindquarters, because you're actually teaching them to not utilize the hindquarters, just exactly what it says. And I never really thought of it in that way. She said, why would I want to teach them to not use their back end and then get on them under saddle and expect them to use their back end? So she said she does still teach them that how to move the hindquarter way, so in the event of like an emergency, one rein stop kind of deal, but she doesn't practice it. And Junior is such a nice little clean slate for everything now that I had taught him how to disengage the hindquarters and face me on the lunge line, or on the 12-foot rope. But I thought, well, you know, this really kind of coincides with what seems accurate. Yeah, like I don't want my reining horse or my dressage horse to learn how, Junior, I don't want my horse to learn or to believe that what he should do is not utilize the hindquarters. I want him to think about engaging it. So I'm going to, as I play with him today, I was thinking I would show you this other concept I'd been playing with, and instead of moving the hindquarters away to get him to change directions, I actually kind of get in front of the shoulder, step in front of him, and allow him to kind of come into my space and turn. You are so playful, Junior. We need to get out and play, huh? So yeah, so I hope that you find this informative, and I'll kind of talk through what my thought process is on teaching this other way to get them to utilize the back end. I like to test Junior. Sometimes I let him have some turnout and some runaround time before I start to work him. Today he is 100% fresh. Can step his hindquarters away, and that was what I was originally doing to get him to slow, but since my kind of paradigm shift on the thought of not encouraging the hindquarter away too much, I'm trying to not use that tool a whole lot. The other thing I found really important the last couple times that I've been working with him is to not move up through the gates until he starts giving me signals like that, like kind of clearing his nose or lowering his head or licking his lips, signs that he's more on the thinking side and less on the I want to run around and just be playful side. Good boy. And something that's really important to me, there he's licking his lips. Something that's really important to me is to have a connection with him through the line, like a contact like you would when you're riding. I like to have that feel when I work them on the ground. So it's not him having weight on the line per se. There's just a feel there, and that the position and the energy of my body influences how he moves. So I actually kind of, hey, walk. I use my body and my steps to influence some of his gait. So like right now, I'm kind of just pivoting around my feet, like in a really small circle here. But when we are moving at a trot or a lope, I increase the diameter of this little circle with my feet and kind of the energy of my body, which you won't be able to see because I am only me filming out here. So here he's being really good. I let him have just a little bit more length. And every time I think he's ready to move on, then he starts to trot and do something on his own. So some people might reprimand the horse for acting like he just did there, but I like to think of it, he only has so much kind of work brain capacity as a yearling right now, long yearling, and he's fresh, and he wasn't doing it in a negative, reactive way towards me. If he were to kick out or like really kind of aim it towards me, or if I felt like it was offensive, then I probably would have yelled at him, but he really wasn't. He just wants to get a move on here. So let's see how explosive we are starting out. Hopefully we're not, because I never want him to explode. Haha, good boy. Hey. There. So I've increased the little diameter of my feet and my steps and my energy kind of coming through my core a little bit, but not a whole lot because he's very sensitive and quick to pick up those signals. Like I have this stick in my hand, but I only have it because I think I might need to have it when we go to change directions. But he really doesn't use much of the classic like down under methods anymore. I don't really have to like point what direction to go and be really dramatic about that, because he's a forward thinking horse. There. So he's a little quick-footed right now, but what I'm liking, or when he does what it is that he does that I like, is when he kind of reaches into my hand a little, like that right there. He reaches in my hand a little and he'll put his head down and start driving from the back end there. And when he's really connected with me, he'll really drop his head and lick his lips. And what I've been finding that he's at right now, like he's just, I don't mean right at this very moment, but his point in training, he can only have this work mentality for a few strides, and then he has to kind of like, right when I think, oh, we're dancing and it's lovely, then he'll squeal and kick up or something. And I just find it amusing, and I like his spirit, I suppose. Hey, we'll get to the loping when you're ready. Good boy. Now that is a nice half circle there. Until he feels a little fresh and needs to do something, like I was saying. That's nice. So you can see like there's some feel in the line, in the lunge line here. I can feel his face, but he's not pulling me. And he'll soften every now and then. He's almost there, and now he just barely licked his lips a little. He really wants to connect with me because he knows that that's what I'm after. He just kind of can't help himself because he's been in the stall for 2 days, and I really don't want him loping right now. We don't get a lope just yet, just because you want to. So I had changed my body language there to ask for a slowdown, and I kind of squeezed on the lead rope, and he didn't. He wasn't responding, so I was a little more dramatic in my foot placement, and he came down. That was a really upside down departure. There we go. Good boy. I like that departure. It was really soft from my body. He picked up the wrong lead at first, but he corrected it and he didn't get behind or too upset about loping off nicely. Good boy. And even that was nice there until we get a little excited. Good. But he came back really nice. Easy does it. I'm kind of half halting idea with the lead rope right now to bring him back to the thinking side. Good boy. And trot. Trot. Good. There you go. Good. Not keep connection. You don't get to just flip your head up now. Very good. Connection and walk. Walk. Nice. Don't break my stick, please. Now that he knows this little change in how we change direction, the next piece of it will be keeping a connection while we do it and not, that was nice, and not getting bracy and upside down in the neck. All right. Whoa. That was pretty good. Step away. Shoulder away. Good. Whoa. That's the whoa I want. Pay attention. Whoa. 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 Good. Good boy. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Whoa. It's amazing how much you can influence things like your turnaround with my body. I want him to learn how to step around like that, where he keeps that shoulder up and steps around the front. And he's figuring it out, aren't ya? Can we do it this way? Let's get some energy on this side. Come on. Whoa. And then walk in. There. Good boy. Stay with me. Good Junior. Good Junior. Good boy.